Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pmbc Littleton for March 10th, 2021. The agenda is up on the screen, and we will start this evening with the warrant. Let me pull that up. Let's see, where's the warrant? Can you guys see that?
Part of it, yeah.
You can now, Steve.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll try to enlarge it a little bit. So we have a number of items on the warrant tonight. The first one is Lowell Publishing. This is the advertisement for the police station phase 2.
Steve, I got a question on that.
Yeah.
On the invoice, it says notice of hearing, Town of Littleton. And they charged us $782.40. Is that something that we own, or is it something else?
Joe, can you speak to that? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately, those are the legal costs. I mean, when we think of a very simple legal hearing through the select board, we're still spending $300. So your legal requirements are more lines than ours. And unfortunately, that's what the cost is now for publishing in the newspapers.
So I was just wondering what the hearing is, because I know the other stuff is the advertisement for bid, but I was just wondering what the hearing is. Because I don't know Pmbc have a hearing.
Do you have the other, do you have the supportive sheets beyond this front one?
I have the bill from the Lowell Sun Publishing Group.
Because I don't have that, you know, I'd want to take a look first to first opine on that. I don't recall right off the top of my head what that's for.
I was just wondering if it was a hearing that one of the other departments was having, and the Lowell Sun billed us for everything.
No, I mean, it is probably part of multiple things, but it should be just your part. If someone else has a screenshot, I can.
Well, I don't think I can pull it up readily. What if we approve it pending Joe's review? And if this gets reduced for any reason, then he can take care of that?
That sounds like a good plan. Do you want a motion?
Well, I think we just we can go through the warrant and then include that in the motion at the end.
Okay.
So are there any other? Oh, so anyway, the second item is for the Vertex Company. This is the library February invoice, $26,335.50. Vertex Company. Somehow this one got misplaced. Library November invoice, $12,390. The next one is the Vertex Company for the police department, January invoice of $1,350. Next invoice is CBI Consulting. They are the designers, police department, January invoice of $9,900. Professional services. This is the testing agency library, January invoice, $1,263. And the last is Littleton Electric, a November invoice that I found in our cubby last week up in on the second floor, past due for electrical work for the library, $2,541.36, for a total of $55,965.69. So do I have a motion to approve as per Bob's comment?
I'll make that motion. Yeah, I'll make the motion to approve with pending review just of that one invoice.
I'll second it. Bob Romley.
Okay, all in favor?
Bob Romley, yes.
Rich Crowley, yes.
Mike Scaduto, yes.
Timolin Rossius, yes.
Steve Moore, yes. Motion carries. Thanks very much. Let's pull up the agenda again.
Sorry to interrupt, Steve. This is Brian Fors. Unfortunately, I didn't get the link to the Zoom. I've called in on my phone.
Oh, you know, the best way to get the link to the Zoom is go into the Littleton website, go into the committees and then go into permanent building committee, and there'll be a Zoom link there.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Okay.
Easy.
So it would be great if you can make a presentation once we get down to you.
Hey, Steve, before you guys move on, that main sheet that you had, can you email that to me? Just because I just pulled up a document from the Sun, and it does look like there maybe was an additional $700 charge that's in that total amount that was on that sheet for the Lowell Sun. That doesn't look like it should have been part of the warrant for you guys associated with the police station. And I think it also includes a prior charge of $200. So let me take a look at it. It looks like the amount that it absolutely should have been $1,012.23. That at least is the notice to bid for the police envelope repairs.
You're correct, John.
Okay, great. I will forward that to you. Alex had sent that to me, I think, earlier this morning. Were you not on that email chain?
That's where I got something, or I sent something to you and Alex on receiving the bill.
Oh, that's it. Yep.
But I wasn't copied on what Alex sent today.
He sent exactly what you sent to us.
Okay.
So if you sent it to, did you send it to us, or did you send it to Diane? And
I sent it to you and Alex, copying Diane and Michelle.
Okay. So that was what was included in this warrant.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can let us know what the actual amount is, then Marilyn can reflect that in the meeting minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I think all that was your responsibility is the $1,012.23.
Okay, great. Appreciate it.
Anything above that, I'll bring back for the next meeting.
Okay. And let's see.
You want to remotion that, Steve, then to accept that warrant minus that 700 and...
Well, you know, the way that we gave the motion, Joe has the latitude now to adjust that bill any way it needs to be. So
yeah.
Well, we still
need to reflect it in the meeting minutes, but I think Rich is right.
The fortunate thing is that once you guys approve, then I'm also Michelle would finalize this in Munis. I would then have to approve it, and I look at all of the I match everything up, and I most likely would have caught this. I hope. You know, we'll get this taken care of. I think your motion was broad enough that if there was an error that we identified should have gone to someplace else, that we have the latitude to make that correction.
Great.
Yeah, that's what
good catch. Good catch, Bob.
Thank you.
So moving on, the meeting minutes of February 24th is amended. Any comments on the meeting minutes? So do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes as amended?
Motion to approve the meeting minutes as amended from, what was the date on those?
February 24th.
February 24th.
By Tamlin.
Second of Bob Romley.
All in favor?
Bob Romley, yes.
Richard Crowley,
yes.
Scaduto, yes.
Steve Moore, yes. Okay. Motion carries. Moving on to the library. Thanks for logging in, Brian. Can you give us an update?
Yeah, I apologize too. I was having a heck of a time trying to get into the Zoom room, but thanks for having me. Things are going real well at the library today with the good weather. We had a lot of activity today. We've had a lot of activity on our roof where we have insulated roof panels going on. That'll be going on for the next few weeks. Our AVB on the exterior of the building would be 100%. Our masonry is nearing its completion around the back and sides of the building. I can show a few pictures if you guys are interested in that. Rich, I did go and I tracked down the questions that you had in regards to the ties that we had. So we do have the adequate cavity that we need behind the bricks.
Great.
And we are working with currently I have my notes right here, so I didn't have to pull up the submittal again. But we have a galvanized 14 gauge 4-inch brick tie that will tie from the substrate, and it's going in at least over 1.5 inches into the actual piece of masonry for the brick veneer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Moving on to the inside, we're ongoing with our mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems right now. The insulation for duct. We received our inspections for in-wall electrical, as well as the building commissioner giving the okay to begin drywall. So that will be that will commence in the next week or so. I did have a cost to complete and a schedule exercise with the contractor today. We're still tracking ahead of schedule without getting too aggressive in saying how early we're going to be. I'm going to be working with the library and the trustees with some of our owner vendors regarding furniture, phone systems, computer systems, and we'll be coordinating those with the contractor so that they're in place when the library is ready to move. So
and not to forget IT, of course,
and AV.
Yeah.
Yep. So we have a meeting next week with those as well. So once we get those coordinations taken care of, I'll more accurately be able to determine how, quote unquote, early we'll be coming in on schedule. But we have the opportunity to make up even a couple more weeks with our schedule if things go well. Obviously, with coming in early comes a reward with general conditions and OPM representative fees that the town doesn't have to pay. So I can show a couple pictures of the. Do you mind if I share my screen, Steve?
No, absolutely.
Okay. Some pictures from the exterior today. This is on the side of the building where they've completed almost all of the masonry up to the first floor, where this will receive the hardy fiber cement board to the top of the windows. You can see they're finishing up the air vapor barrier around the perimeter of the roof. And you can see where the installation of the insulated panels are around the ridge line right here. And another good picture to show that not only did we get delivery of drywall, but it's going up as fast as it's coming in certain areas. We did have a good walkthrough at the end of last week with the library trustees. So we were able to show them the progress, and we went over some of the additions that they'll be putting in the lobby. For example, the donor wall. So for some of their fundraising efforts, they're going to have a sign that's going to recognize the people that have donated to date. Here's a good picture from today from the driveway, looking up at the roof as they unbundle the next package of insulated panels.
Brian, where would the solar panels go on that building if they get them?
Yep. Looking at the roof, the electrical roof plan, it's scattered on a majority of the roof.
Okay.
Yep. There's actually, per the design that was designed for this building, there's 96 panels that go on top of the roof.
That's a lot of panels.
Yep. It's to generate that size of a system would generate 35 kilowatts.
What's the requirement for the building?
Good question. I'll ask that of GGD, the engineer of record.
No, a normal house is like 15 to 18 panels. That's a lot of panels. Will they have battery backup downstairs? Is that being supplemented with storage?
For the PV?
Yeah, PV storage, battery storage.
There's room for it in the mechanical and electrical rooms, but at this point they don't have any batteries for any storage at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell them to get them in. We're changing the rules on storage for batteries.
Oh, really? Yeah. So all's good in library land.
Yeah. Are they? I didn't see. Are the pipes being labeled?
Yes.
Above ceiling?
Yes.
Good.
Yep. They'll all be labeled. It was actually a question of. It was a question of our commissioning agent. They had their first walkthrough to do an above ceiling inspection, and one of their questions was the labeling of the systems. The mechanical contractor came back and said everything will be labeled.
Okay.
And it will also include the direction of flow?
Yes.
Yep, good.
And the above any of the rated walls, they'll have labels too, above ceiling?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just checking.
Right.
Make sure they're doing everything right.
Yep.
So, yep. You know, I was out there about 10:15 today and met up with Brian and Kirby. We went out back and looked at the masonry. It really looked good. Of course, the masons were complimenting themselves on a job well done, but it really does look good. So any other questions on the library?
Will we be able to move those masons over to the police station when the time comes?
A different company for that that type of work.
Okay, moving on to the police station. Brian, if you want to give us an update on that.
Sure. Last Wednesday, we had our general contractor bid opening for phase 2 of the police work, which included the other 2 elevations and the window work that was not picked up in phase 1. Fortunately, I think for everybody, the same general contractor was the low bidder for phase 2. And not only were they low bid, but they were actually within our budget that we had put forth for phase 2 of the project.
That's great.
So with an approval of proceeding with the general contractor from phase 1 into phase 2, the architect and I are ready to release them to kind of continue with their phase 1 right into phase 2 and get this work done probably before fall. So with the approval, the architect has been getting in the submittals for all the other materials. He's ready to go to submit to release the contractor on all of the materials to get that on site. And all goes well, we'd be ready to begin construction on the 1st of April, barring any scheduling conflicts with the chief.
So do you have a copy of the matrix you can share?
Sure.
Because what we want to do tonight is vote on approving the phase 2 bid packages so we can move forward.
Sure. And I understand this might not be the easiest thing to follow, and I can make this a little more in depth or high level as you guys want. But to show the left side of the matrix, we had phase 1 where we were instructed we had about $500,000 earmarked for this work. We put the scope together. We got an estimate done on how much we thought it was going to be. So we segmented the work out between phase 1 being 2 elevations of the property, phase 2 being the other elevations, and we also had windows segmented out in case that came in too expensive and we didn't have the appetite for it. Phase 1 bids came in at the construction level of $292,000, which got us under our Phase 1 budget, but it also gave us kind of an idea on what the remaining costs for the other phase was going to be, including the windows. So using those numbers that I got on the bid opening from Phase 1, I put together a preliminary estimate of what I thought Phase 2 was going to cost, including OPM fees, architect fees, bidding fees, and I segmented the windows as well. I put a $100,000 allowance for the windows. I put a $300,000 allowance for the construction. With the GC bid opening, we had a $217,000 GC bid from the waterproofing company, and that also included a $70,000. It did not include a $70,000 bid for the window package as well. So that total bid package for the waterproofing company was just over $287,000. So ultimately, with our estimate for Phase 2, we did receive some savings from what our overall estimate thought was too. As I look at it from a project standpoint, we would have some minor savings as well. The printing and advertising is not going to be as much as we thought. We were able to use some stuff in-house. I know Joe Layden's a big help getting those advertised in the Lowell Sun. We used Project Dog. That usually costs about $1,000 to get that project out. So we get a little savings there. And then also I foresee, probably depending on how this job goes and how much oversight really needs to happen, we can have conversations about our OPM budget as well. This budget is a conservative budget with someone roughly part-time giving on-site oversight. We can have discussions on how we see that oversight happening and how our budget there. But that's a number I feel comfortable with, and hopefully at the end of the project we're ready to, give some of that money back, as this is just a time and material contract.
That's great.
Yeah.
Everything
good news. Good news.
Yeah.
So I'd like to have a motion to approve the waterproofing company going forward with the masonry and window work. What I don't see here is the roofing work.
Yep. So that is actually that's part of the construction, and the reason I didn't parse it out was because I didn't have it parsed out in Phase 1 description. So if you look, and if you can bear with me for one moment. Did this come up?
Yep.
Great. Greenwood Industries, which is actually a sister company to the waterproofing company, was the low bidder on this for the $38,500. That's actually included in their number of that 200 and I believe I said $87,000.
Okay. I
can show you that via their form of general bid. Here is their overall construction number for the waterproofing company. Here's the $38,500 they're carrying for Greenwood, and here's the $70,000 they're carrying for Modern Glass.
Okay, so the total of that, let me try to, 178,541 plus 108,559. Is $287,100. So what I need to get is a motion to approve the waterproofing company to proceed with Phase 2 of the police department in the amount of $287,100, which would include masonry, windows, and roofing. Does that sound about right, Brian?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So
So moved.
Rich Crowley moves.
Yeah.
Bob Romley seconds it.
Okay, all in favor?
Bob Romley, yes.
Rich Crowley, yes.
Mike Scaduto, yes.
Emily
Steve Moore.
Racius, yes.
Steve Moore, yes. Okay, motion carries.
Great.
So, Brian, we can move forward with notifying the waterproofing company, and I guess we also do. We also have to approve CBI and Vertex for phase 2 as well, right?
Yes, I provided you with like I said, I provided you my updated amendment, and CBI is it's a little murky on me. And so what I can do is I have their proposal, but I don't know if we actually have a town contract amendment that has been signed for them for their extra phases. So
okay,
I can get both of those ready.
Yeah, we can do that at the next meeting. The
Yep.
important thing is to get the materials ordered and get that in process.
Correct. Get the
So-
file
so-
subs going.
So if you can get CBI and Vertex ready for us for the next meeting, that'd be great.
Will do.
There are no more file subs, are there?
Nope.
Joe? Yeah, okay.
No, we're all set. All right. Anything else on the police station?
Nope. Excited to get going.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, the chief is too.
I'm sure he is. Houghton Building, Rich, any update?
Again, we got to wait till snow leaves, so it should be pretty soon. The only update I'd have is they're trying to recruit me.
Oh yeah, that's right. I heard that they want you on the historical commission.
I told them I have no historical knowledge.
You're pretty historical, though.
Oh, God.
All right. Moving along. Any member input? Bob Romley?
I'm all set, thanks, Steve.
Okay. Rich Crowley?
I'm good, thanks.
Tamlin?
All set, thanks.
And Mike Scaduto?
I'm good. Thank you.
Steve Moore, no input. With no other items on the agenda, I'd like to get I'll get this right today. You know, ironically, because I keep forgetting to ask for a motion to adjourn, I've incorporated that in my meetings in my my regular work as a joke, just to remind me that I have to ask for an amendment to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
They must love it.
Well, they do. Okay.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Bob Romley, yes.
And Rich Crowley, yes.
Mike Scaduto, yes.
Emily Racius, yes.
Steve Moore, yes. Thanks for your participation, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Great.